Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. Today we are joined by one of our psychologists called Joy. You know Antipas, and I am Thuku. And today we are going to have to introduce the first part of our series, where we are going to really focus on the behaviors that young adults exhibit, especially when they have been brought to our treatment facility. We have encountered a number of cases whereby parents cannot really understand what happened to their children. They remember the young child they brought up, they have given them the best, yet at 20, at 22 years old, they are in rehabilitation centers, they are quite aggressive, they are abusive to the parents, and the parents cannot really figure out what happened to them. So today that is what we are going to focus upon. And then in the next series, we are really going to focus on what are the risk factors and what can we do, what are the remedies that can be introduced. So today we are going to start our discussion with Antipas, who is going to tell us the kind of sacrifices parents make in order to bring up their children in the right way. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ruku. I think we may not even be able to quantify the challenge, or rather the sacrifices that these parents make for their kids, because there are so many of them. But today we are just going to focus on the very few ones, but we are just going to try and classify them because they range from personal to emotional to long term. And also the classification, or when you want to say that this is still a child, to some parents at 25, that is still a child. So those are some of the things that we are going to look at, so that at least we're able to shed light on what parents go through, what they sacrifice for the sake of their children, but unfortunately eventually they turn out not what they expected. We may just want also to start with the personal sacrifices that the parents make, some including even time. You see that there are some things that you could be doing for your own, but you have to sacrifice that time for you to be able to spend that time with your child. Even sometimes you make a personal career decision. You say that I'm not going to switch from this career to the other. Probably I'm not going to translocate from this location to the other for the sake of this child. I mean, among many other sacrifices, including your own personal time. Right now you have a child who is still in college, or even in high school, or even in junior secondary. You have to sleep late while looking at the assignments that they are doing. So that is a personal sacrifice that you make. There are also some even financial sacrifices that these parents make. And I think these are the ones that go a very long way, because everything really is translated into financial angles, so to speak. So you can talk of financial sacrifices such as, and from an educational perspective, you want your child to go to the best school, but then at the end of it all, you find that the child has turned out not what you expected. Even in terms of healthcare, you want to provide medical covers for these children, of course the high-end ones. You don't want a child who is sick. So these are sacrifice. Probably you don't have even as much money, but you go out of your way to just sacrifice for this child. Among many, including housing, we move to flashy neighborhoods where the proximity to school is pretty short, but the child maybe is not able to understand that you have even actually gone out of your way to go to a rich neighborhood where it's easily accessible to the school, that among many others. Even social sacrifices, which at some point they even strain the relationship of parents, husband and wife. Why? So probably one of the partners, they feel that you're spending so much time, or you have allocated so much attention to the child, hence neglecting their personal relationship. There are stresses that come with that. Even there's a lot of work issues. You have to draw a line that I'm from work and now I have to spend a lot of time with my family, not forgetting that tomorrow you'll be back to that work and there's a stress at work. So there are so many sacrifices that we make. Others are long term, including maybe even retirement. Some parents will say, I will not retire at 50 or even at 40. I'll retire, I'll retire at 50, I'll retire at 60, I'll retire at 70, so that I'm able to provide for this child. Because sometimes you find that at 20 you're still considering this young adult as a child. They have left college and you're still providing, paying rent, doing, And I know in the second part series is where we are going to see what are some of the remedies. What can you do or not do in terms of either enabling or just ensuring there's that balance. I think I'll leave it at that. I give my colleague a chance so that we can see perhaps on the receiving end to be what goes on in the mind of the receiver, this child or the recipient. So welcome, Joy.
Thank you so much, Antipas. Like you just said, as a parent, you sacrifice for this child. But then there's how the child looks at this sacrifice. It's very different from the parent's perspective. And you've talked about personal sacrifice, that you've stopped doing what you really want because you want to give me, the child, the best. So in that situation, as a child, I feel like you're overbearing, you're always on my case, you're suffocating me. So I become rebellious because I just want to get away from you. As a parent, you might not be able to understand that because you're always there. I don't even have personal time to do my own things, to discover myself. So I find that is really suffocating me. Number two, when you're looking at the sacrifices the parents make, you've talked of financial sacrifice. And you find that you're always providing healthcare services, good education, everything good.
Yeah, gadgets and everything you need.
Exactly. So I grow up entitled that I should have this. When I ask for this, I should get it. What do you mean I can't have this? You know, it is always provided for me. So I don't have a sense of responsibility when something happens because you've always been providing. I don't even wash my own clothes. I don't even clean where I've made a mess. Somebody else is coming to do all that. So even as I grow up, I don't see like that is my job. I should take responsibility. It is somebody else's responsibility. It's never my responsibility. Sometimes, even in all this, as a parent, you want to give me that exposure. So you take me out, you take me to vacations and whatnot. So in that process, when I go there, I don't look at things from your angle as a parent.
Yes.
I go out there and there are new trends to things. I want to try this. Remember, I'm growing. So the child is still, there's that developmental aspect where I'm still trying to figure out where do I fit in, what do I want, what is this. So when I come to this place you've taken me, I will not see things from a parent perspective. I am seeing the new trends. I want to try out this, I want to try out this. And that's how substance use comes in.
Yes.
Because I find friends out there who introduce me to these things and I feel like I like this, I want to fit in here, this is making me happy. Another thing also, when you're looking at it from the sacrifices you're making as a parent, you could be struggling financially and even emotionally. As a child, I will notice that. We rarely forget that I am seeing. You might try so much to cover it, but I am seeing there is some struggle here. So when I go out to these friends that I meet out here, they introduce me to some certain behaviors, one, or number two, they start teaching me ways as a child on how to manipulate you as a parent to make sure you provide. So you find that I am rebellious, I am always manipulative, and you will feel as a parent like I do not appreciate the sacrifices that you're giving. But for me, you've always been providing. So why is it that right now we are limiting because our lifestyle has changed? Or probably you'd find you're moving because of whatever you're doing to make sure that we have the current lifestyle that we have. We keep moving from one place to another to another. As a child, I'm picking something here, I'm picking something there, I'm picking something somewhere else. And all these end up trying to define who I am. And you see, I meet different people, different things, and it makes me become the person that I actually become. And substance use is normally the greatest of the things that I'm going to pick. And other behaviors. Yes.
And I think that is normally the shock that we normally get from a parent trying to understand. I give my child this, yet I'm getting something totally different. So thank you so much for bringing that out. So in the next series, we are now going to try and look at the risk factors, try to understand from the parent's perspective and also from the child's perspective, and then we ask ourselves what are the interventions that can be explored so that at least we have healthier families, healthier boundaries, and surely the parents can feel that their investment is truly being worth of that. So thank you so much, our viewers, for joining us. kindly join us next time so that at least we can discuss what can we do to help our families. Thank you so much.